it's a game that you wouldn't understand, Aaron, because you don't play it.
Then yeah, I probably wouldn't understand it.
Well, welcome to the group, Aaron. How's everyone feeling tonight?
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty fun.
I slept for 13 hours.
I feel like I melted today.
You know, I can understand that sentiment, certainly.
It was
Alright.
nice here. It was nice here today in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
All
We're
right,
starting to get that Indiana summer.
the dry summer.
Dry and the surface of the sun.
I'll trade you.
Might not be so bad. At any rate, welcome to the second session of All Flesh Must Be Eaten. Between sessions, we've of course had some more time to learn about the game, go over the rule system. As I ended up commenting to the group, there were a few errors made in favor of the players with damage interpretation. There were also a few errors made in favor of the PCP hobos with damage interpretation, so it all balanced out in the end. Not a problem. As I told the group, we would still all be learning, and any errors, they happen, so long as we have fun. Now, when last we left off, your characters had just managed to settle into this lovely little survival home that you've turned into a makeshift camp, and after creating some brief obstructions, you eased yourselves off to sleep. June 1st, 1999. Battered by wind, drenched by rain, and scarred by horror, you have turned an abandoned home into your makeshift camp. Simple obstructions were placed over the doors and windows, but they did little to dispel the tension as your body succumbed to exhaustion. Your sleep was perhaps fitful, or maybe you slept like a stone, but one thing's for certain, it didn't last long enough. With the sun's rise over the eastern hills, light begins to filter into the cracks of your improvised barricades. The broadcast on the radio, assumed to be part of a dream, filters into your foggy minds. This is Jim Pokey once again with an emergency broadcast. For late morning commuters and those returning from the holiday, be advised that the roads between Romero and Wilkes Barre have suffered severe damage after yesterday's heavy storm. Downed lines, fallen trees, and 2 mudslides have made travel through the region highly dangerous, if not outright impossible. Initial reports from the power and telephone companies suggest thousands in the area are without the basic necessities on which they depend. All schools in the vicinity have been closed until further notice. Now, earlier this morning, in response to the initial reports of devastation, Governor Etchison dispatched the National Guard to the region, and teams have already begun deploying to ensure the safety and livelihood of fellow citizens. Furthermore, in a bit of controversy, the governor declared a state of emergency in Pennsylvania, and he has formally requested FEMA's aid in helping the region get back on its feet. Many already see this as an overreaction, confused by how one simple storm has fully overwhelmed state resources. We'll keep you updated on President Benton's response, along with any other change in the situation. As always, be safe out there. Remain with friends and loved ones, keep vehicles off the roads, and stay tuned for further updates.
Because yesterday that wouldn't have been great to hear.
Nope.
All of your characters also lose 4 endurance points due to an overwhelming lack of sleep received during the morning. In addition, Aiden, Ryan, your character not feeling that well. And as such, he is going to be taking a -1 penalty to all tasks and tests until further notice.
Shitty.
Is Popman back up to full essence?
Yes.
And did we not get any experience points for last time after all?
You did. You got 3 experience points. as I mentioned.
Okay. I forgot to note that down.
Way to keep up, Aaron.
God, Aaron, it's like you're...
Like I'm shit.
Yeah.
Hotman's so crap. Even the person controlling him doesn't know what's going on.
It's just getting into the role.
That would probably be a bad idea.
No. All right. Well,
All right, well, Potman's gonna get up and say, all right, let's go anywhere but here.
Well, we've got the option of 2 mudslides. That's some option. Sure, it's out of bed.
Trusty Tony will slide out of what is apparently is a bunch of cushions on the floor, complain about his leg hurting.
well, if we went north around Romero, we could avoid at least the part where they're saying all this down crap is.
Tony,
I
mind if I take another
still
look at
want
that?
to find a bicycle or something. And I mean, hey, if it's a mountain bike, we could go through the woods. I don't know.
Hey, Grim. Lacking a scale on this map, what's the distance between here and Romero, roughly?
Oh, you're not exactly sure. I mean,
If we had
particularly
to guess, what's the typical driving time?
typical driving time. That wouldn't be too long, especially since you all know the region fairly well enough. You could be in Romero with the winding country roads and the up and down mountains in an hour, and that would be if you were a little unlucky.
If we're a little unlucky, huh?
It's not that long of a time. The main problem is that they're not major thoroughfares. They're small, heavily winding roads through the mountains, and such. You don't want to take the highest speed on them, or else you might end up go tumbling down a side. They're also not the best quality roads either. Some of them are a little rough around the edges.
So, any chance I can take a look at that leg? I mean, I'm looking at it, but is it worse?
It's gone through the process of slowly healing. It'll probably take around maybe 4 or 5 days before it's fully healed up. But there's not really anything that you can do for it, particularly other than you can redress it up. But the body's gone through the process of slowly fixing it up.
Okay, so it's not currently red and puffy like there's a really bad infection.
No, it looks like, despite Cheryl's inefficient attending last night, it seems fairly well enough. Perhaps our trusty Tony is rather sturdy.
We're just gonna rewrap that leg then.
Okay.
Fresh bandages.
Didn't we find a map of this place? Maybe we could try out one of the areas around the town and see if we can find something there. I mean, we only checked out the police station, and it just looked like a burned-out wreck.
Sure, you can definitely take a look at the map. Signed along the edges by a gentleman named Bill Clady. It appears to be a sort of surveillance of the town and the surrounding areas, including the extent of farmland, which is really like livestock raising, since the hills and whatnot do make it difficult. But Summer Meadow did luck out in being a relatively flat piece of territory in a hilly region. Perhaps one of the reasons which led to the settlement being constructed here. And of course, as such, I not only sent you an image of the little town in Skype a few days back, but I did reveal that on the MapTool server.
Well, I think first and foremost we need to get out there and scout around and see what's going on. Probably hit up the diner, maybe the Civil War monument, and the town hall, because they're all really close to each other. Skirting around any crazies that we see.
I just want to get out of this place as soon as possible.
Yeah, well, unless we're going out on foot, we gotta figure out a way to move ourselves.
Yeah, I don't care what happened here. I don't even care that much about supplies. I want to try and find a vehicle, and if
Well,
we can't,
hey, Potman, guess what? There might be vehicles at these locations.
Might be.
Could always
And
go to
and
the
if we
school.
can't, then we just go.
You know, get you a little girl's bike to go with your backpack.
Faster than you can run.
Sure enough.
So do we just want to go around checking houses or check out some of the major structures here?
We could check a few houses, but I think we need to keep moving forward because I don't know what sets these crazies off, but I don't want to make too much noise.
Well, I mean, you figured it out last time, didn't you? You get too close, they can just, like, tell that
Yeah, but
you're there.
we don't know what else they can do.
I could take a few
That's
bullets.
true.
A lot of bullets.
I mean, I don't know. Well, hey, if we go into people's houses, we need to, be careful.
Grimith, I'm going to check my ammo and swap out the half-empty clip for a full clip.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of ammunition, firearm, the shotgun found in the little basement, did it come with much ammo, or is it just like maybe a handful of rounds?
You've got 6 slugs in that motherfucker. 6, not in it all, but 6 slugs total.
Okay. It's a single barrel or double?
Single barrel.
Okay.
Smells like a pump.
It's a pump.
So I guess everyone get up, have a bit to eat, because we got a long day of doing stuff.
It's probably going to be a long day, alright.
Yeah.
Did everyone subtract the 4 amounts of endurance points that you've all lost?
Yes.
I did.
All right.
What's that?
Good. And did you heal up those 2 life points, Jordan?
Yes, I did.
All right. Good.
I was quite low, and still am.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh, a days of food counter.
I added that in the top right corner.
All right. Well, Tony is going to get up and move around. Gotta keep moving.
Sure.
Cheryl's going to try to listen for any sounds coming from around without going too close to the window.
Sure, she can listen for sounds. There's the sound of power, which is still running, and the house still has electricity. It does still have running water as well, although the telephone does not work, so perhaps the power lines went down in that aspect. She can certainly hear a wind breezing through the town, rustling things. Maybe it's wind. Could also be all sorts of other sort of crazy super PCP hobos shambling about and doing whatever. Could be quite a lot of it. And, we'll say that there's going to be no rule for this. She can hear off in the far distance, like it's above her, the whirring of what she would surmise be helicopter blades.
Well, I might have a helicopter, but at least I don't hear any of those crazies banging on the barricade.
The obstructions, of course, placed around the windows and doors were very simple, just mainly sort of put there to try to obscure vision and access. You all were very tired and didn't really get to work building earnest to goodness actual, barricades.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna make a fucking ton of coffee. Anyone else want to get wired?
Oh god, yes, Cal.
Yeah, I could go for some of that.
I'll take 2 cups. I'll take 2 pots. Exactly. 2 pots.
2 whole pots.
I'm gonna need it.
If he had amphetamines, he'd be using those.
Maybe.
All right, so where do we want to head?
Well,
Once we're ready, of course.
we might want to stick off the main thoroughfare, but then again, these side streets might be dangerous.
Certainly plenty of like alleyways and side streets that, little ones that aren't depicted on the map between the houses, so you can certainly travel any sort of path that you wish.
So there's at least 3 or 4 things we can meet. We can go and investigate to the north, so we could go that way. There seems to be a school off to the east of us, although it looks a bit weird, but there might be some stuff there. Maybe some bicycles, maybe a few high schoolers left their cars there, I don't know. That's through there. There's also the church and stuff way to the north, but I think the best idea is to go for like the town hall and Rodney's diner. Unless you guys have any
School actually might not be a terrible idea. I mean, they tend to use those places as evacuation shelters.
And they probably have bikes there.
They might have a lot of stuff there.
Well, I guess we can go. I guess we can head towards the school. It's pretty close. We just need to watch out for the crazies.
I mean, you did say up north by the police station it was a pretty big mess.
That's putting it lightly, yeah. So I guess everyone eat some food, drink your coffee, and then get ready to go.
For the purposes of this sort of map travel, we're going to have a little sort of mechanic here. Every square that the Team Derp ends up moving along the grid map will cost all of you 1 endurance point. If you would like to attempt to search the square, to find any sort of useful things, perhaps even a bicycle, I have scattered around quite a bit on this map, that will cost everyone D4 endurance points.
Okay. I suppose we move all of our little characters to this little gray square when we're ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Now, refresh my memory. What's the ruling on regaining endurance? It's like a set amount per hour of rest?
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and say that you guys won't be able to regain endurance points until you go to sleep.
Okay. So I can explore 16 of these hexes. Okay.
For this special, mechanic type situation here. Because there's not rules for exploring a town in All Flesh Must Be Eaten, let me tell you. Okay then, you all leave, doing your best to remain cautious and quiet, and wow, it really does look bad out here. The golden rays of the sun as they streak down onto the town almost make it seem as if it's just been washed in refuse and gore. All sorts of shambling figures that might have been hidden by the darkness come to light. The wreckage of cars along the main thoroughfare, with upholstery torn, windows broken, and blood all sealed over. Most of your characters are either too stupid or too steely-stomached or, just too brave to really be fazed that much by this. But Popman in particular really feels this roughly. And that this ends up being just sort of amalgamation of all of his worst nightmares whenever he was on drugs. As if they've come to life.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Wait, I have to ask. What is Popman carrying with us?
What do you mean?
Do you have the front pack?
Well, of course. Where else am I going to keep my brick?
You have the suitcase of ill-gotten goods? Ill-gotten
In my
money?
left hand. That's going to be worth a lot once all this is over.
And the baseball bat.
Well, yeah, I've got to defend myself.
Okay, just making sure. Are you wearing the raincoat?
Well, now it keeps the blood off me.
Well, is Trusty Tony bringing the umbrella?
No. It doesn't look like it's gonna rain. And before
See?
it rains.
You're gonna regret that when you got to poke a zombie off you.
All right. Well,
Them off.
all four of you do have control over the Team Derp token. You do have some vision parameters, and that as you're slowly skulking throughout the houses and gardens, the best you can really end up seeing around you is that one range in each direction. You all are free to determine in which square you end up moving. As I said, each grid of movement does cost 1 endurance point, and if you'd like to spend searching there, that would take time and 1d4 endurance points from all of you.
So I guess we'll go this way.
If that is what you all would like.
Do I hear any,
No, I think that going towards the school is definitely the right idea.
but the question
Should be
is,
some stuff at school.
do we want to explore the house is here?
Let's get to the school and explore there.
Okay,
And then we
so-
might explore things on the way back.
Alright, if we just want to go straight to the school then?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's count here. 1.
Well, don't move all at once.
I was just going to divide by 5.
Divide by 5.
Wait, no. Yeah,
I
can
think what
divide
he
by...
means is we may encounter things as we move.
Yes.
I was going to divide by 5 to get the number of endurance points we lost.
Why would you divide by 5? Oh, you're 35
Each square
divided by
counts
yeah.
as, yeah,
Yeah.
5
5 feet.
foot squares.
I understand what you're talking about. Yeah, sure.
Just simple math.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. Moving to that square then is just fine. You all make some decent amount of time. It does take maybe 10 minutes just of you all cautiously and slowly moving, even through such a short space, to ensure that you don't bumble into anything you shouldn't. You can move another square if you'd like.
It's a bit too late to not bungle into something we shouldn't.
Okay. That's 2 endurance points total. No issues.
Okay. 3.
That's 3. No issues still.
Alright. You guys can move the thing too, you know.
Can, but I
You're doing
trust
a
you.
good job.
All right. That's 4 endurance points, and you all will be stopping there for a time. Since we'll do this out in the open, so I don't have to roll everyone's, why don't we give some perception plus notice skill checks?
Is there any,
This will be sight-based. Possible danger.
Oh! Simple success! Oh.
So that's perception plus notice, and I've got a +2 from situational awareness.
Yes.
Okay.
When does the rule of 10 come into effect?
Whenever you roll a 10, and you would roll another 10.
Okay, so it's not just in
You-
combat.
Yeah, you'd roll another 1d10, yeah. Alright, that would be an extra +4 onto that roll for Aiden, so that would be 19.
Damn!
Well, you folks definitely end up noticing this.
Actually, subtract a 1 from that.
Yeah, you'd forget to do that, okay. You folks end up noticing this before they end up noticing you. And this is certainly a sight that will slowly end up dawning, particularly for Aaron, who gets to make a wonderful, difficult willpower test.
Yay.
Do that again.
The flattest yay.
Yay. I can't
Yay.
do a yay that flat.
Yay.
Alright.
Nice.
That's
That's actually the rule of
Rule of
one, so
one.
go ahead and roll again. Alright, you don't lose anything, so it's just, let me go ahead and roll on the fear table here. 1d10, subtract the willpower, which is 1. And apply any fear test penalties? No, that won't be necessary. Okay. Popman's not shaken for anything more than a few seconds. Because trundling sort of this rumble and bumbling through the various sort of streets are these. And I'll focus you all to the current view there in the little gray square.
Oh, jeez.
Mad cow.
They're, they appear to be cows. Cows with the same sort of, like, golden film on their eyes. And they've got splotches of skin missing, revealing, like, bones and gory tissue. The areas around their snouts are all sort of like caked in blood. They are sniffing quite a bit in the air. All of your characters, with the exception of... actually, no, everyone succeeded on their perception by at least one success, are going to basically have a free action or response here before these things end up noticing you.
What are they doing at the moment?
They appear to just sort of be wandering around aimlessly, but in heading towards your direction.
See, I want to laugh, but these things are probably crazy strong.
Probably, yes.
I don't think we can.
I think we should take cover. Or
I
get
think we
out of
should-
view.
Go a different way.
How
we
many
go
of the other crazies did we see on the way here?
You couldn't possibly count them all.
Oh, I should ask, did we see any, like, clumps to the point that we wouldn't be able to choose an alternate direction?
No.
So it
I'm
would
just
be
going
possible
to-
for us to cut south.
You could certainly cut south, yes.
Or north, whatever the group wants to do.
Well, north would at least put us slightly closer to the school.
Right.
Yes, so I think we're going to try to go north as silently as possible to get around these mad cows.
Attempt to evade their perception.
Yeah.
Alright, you folks can end up giving me some dexterity plus stealth, I do believe that would be.
And if you don't have stealth,
I will say there's no penalty associated with it. So it would just be a difficult dexterity test.
oh well, let me just roll a 1d10 again because I got a 10
Okay.
and a 4. I don't think adds anything.
Nah, 4 doesn't add anything.
Still 13. Cool. That's a artistic flair. Nice.
Alright. Your characters manage to stay a good bit of distance and keep out of sight. And you successfully evade these rather horrifying looking cattle and escape to the north, losing another point of endurance.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking commentary from the roof workers.
Nice.
And
Roof
roof-
commentary.
Yeah, I actually didn't notice I forgot to remute there.
It's fine. Not a big deal.
Mm-hmm. All right. Is there anything in this square that we have to deal with?
No. There is, well, let me check.
Still dealing with being unsettled by
Nope.
cows.
All right. I guess we continue. Continue and then lose more endurance points.
Yes, losing another point of endurance in the process. The same situation ends up happening. There's no need for sort of rolling perception and notice this time, but I will require more dexterity plus stealth checks from you on this front. because there is another sort of duo of cattle which are shifting through the area.